Hey viewers, welcome back to the ESP01 tutorial part 2. So we are using all the strategies that we have been seeing in the STM32F1 UART to make and to build a library to communicate for the ESP01. In the part 1 of this tutorial, we have been looking to the ESP01 way of doing. We have been looking to this command and understanding the steps to build the communication. So from step 1 to step 9, that was all the setup before preparing, so to prepare the communication with the network, to connect to the network and getting the IP so we can start making the communication. And part 10 and 11 are the part where we manage the communication with the browser. So within this tutorial, we are going to look from part 1 to part 9. And we are going, instead of the part 1 where we have been using the microcontroller just as a bridge, so with that there was no really an added value for the microcontroller in the part 1, we are going to use the microcontroller to make all this command and to communicate with the ESP01 to confirm if the communication is going well or not, and if the status that we are asking for is as expected. In the part 3, we will use also the microcontroller to manage the communication with the browser and to have an immediate response. Okay, great. So in the part 1, by the end of this tutorial, we will be having a kind of menu that will be divided to two by condition. So this menu will have only one line. So if we put the char D, it's detecting the ESP01. So that's in the case the microcontroller is not detecting the microcontroller is not detecting the ESP01, so the user should know that this is not detected. So it will be a small function, very easy, and that will show the user or message the user saying no, the microcontroller is not detected. And if the microcontroller is detected, we can have this menu. So the first one, so the menu will be just inputting one char, so the microcontroller will do the action instead of memorizing all the action. So there will be a char saying, okay, so we go to the mode of manual input or the reset. We can reset the microcontroller, listing the networks, getting the IP address, having an automatic connection, use saved network in the password in the flash memory of the microcontroller. Or maybe sometimes we need to, on the fly, we need to change or connect to a different network, so we can have the possibility to input a different network and a password. Finally, a command to check the connection and how is our connection. Good. So for this aim, I created the new library. I will be calling it ESP01 and about drive, the C and H file, and we will be using this library to build step by step all the menu for the setup menu. Okay. And finally, before starting and getting to the code related to ESP01, I would like to use one change in the strategy we have been using for the UART communication. So in the interrupt mode, where we try to use a kind of a timer to wait a certain time for the message, we usually put here in the constant, so we put a number for the constant, and each time the UART communication will decrease the time counter to check the communication. Okay, but I would like to add for this specific scenario, so this strategy can change a bit. So each time I would like to reinitialize the time constant to 0, so I don't need to do it each time for the microcontroller. So what I will be doing here, okay, so I will change it for all the UART and add for the UART, for example, the number 5 here, it will become 0. So each time the message is ready, I'm putting to 0 my UART counter. Okay, so let me put it for UART 1 and 3, 2. So my time constant will be reinitialized, so we do not have any special surprise, and we don't repeat ourselves. Okay, Good. So this is ready. We can start working on the first function, which I would call the core function. This function is a quite a very simple but interesting one. It's a little bit complicated as an input, but generally speaking, this core function, so we will have to input the command, the testing, so we are going to test what kind of input we are getting, and also we are going to confirm if from the ESP manager to get the input of the ESP manager, so the communication manager, and also the ESP string, and also the unsigned. So we have to confirm if we are going to look for the update or not. So let's work on it and find it by ourselves. So the first step is to check on the okay, so let's go, and the output of this function will be in int. So if we will have a failure to the expected result, we will have a negative one. So let's put int, and let's call it ESP core command. I will use all the function for this tutorial as starting by ESP, so do not confuse with UART or whatever. So we will have the first one is a char that we'll call command. So this is the char this is the instruction or the code we have been looking for, and this is what will be the input. After that, we will have a char to check what exactly I'm looking for, to check within the char I'm receiving. So char check string, check str I'll call, and this is a char to see if I'm receiving the right message or not. And for that moment, so what we are going to use is putting unsigned short. So this is if we are going to use the timer mode, and we will put this one, so unsigned short, and I will call it int time. Okay, and finally what we have to add is a char, the ESP string, ESP str, and also the final one, unsigned short, the ESP manager, ESP and a bar manager. Okay, quite a long input, but worth it, because this function will help us to really debug a lot. So we will have the unsigned char, unsigned short, which will be the result. Okay, and equal to 0. Then after that, so if we do have the int time, so it means if we do have, like, if int time is 0, if we don't have any timer 0, so we don't have to stop. But if we do have it, if now you remember, so we go to the ESP manager, okay, the ESP manager of 5, the one that we set up to 0 in the message will be ready, and it will be equal to int time. Okay, so if we need to have a waiting time for our message, we are putting this variable. Good. So until here, let's check ESP manager 5. So some error is happening. Of course, this should be declared as an array, so should fix this one. Perfect. Okay, so now we after that we have created a function in the UART library, which is UART message. Let me recheck it just to confirm. UART here, and we created a function like the UART, not UART send, but UART message. This is a function. Yep. Let's check if I declare it in the H library. No, so that's why I had an issue. Yeah, I should always use this reflex as a reflex and put in it. Okay, so I should now use it without any issue. So UART message. Perfect. So in the UART message, I will be sending to the UART3 and sending the comment, and I will be waiting for a message from it. Okay, that's perfect. And after that, so actually this one, and also waiting, so this function should be waiting, yeah, for the string and the string manager. So let me add also the ESP, so this one comment, and also the ESP manager. So the ESP manager. Okay, so just a reminder for you guys, this is a command like the input for the Python, so it sends a message and keep waiting for a feedback from the system. Okay, so after that we can use the string that we have, the function we used in the help function, if find str. Okay, so if find str of the response I'm receiving, so will be the check string. So I'm checking, this is, I will check the string inside the ESP string. So the ESP string is the response I'll be receiving, and don't forget the UART message is the function that we'll be using this, so we'll receive the message. Okay, so if this is happening, so if we have a match by the function, so what we are going to do, okay, so what's happening here, yeah, I have to close this one. Okay, so if we do a match, we will send for the moment UART2 send, sorry, UART send. Okay, so what we are going send to the UART2 and checking the message I'm receiving, so which will be the ESP, no, this one will be, where is it, so the ESP string. Okay, and result will be equal to 1. I'm putting here like this. Okay, so that's a little bit complicated, but that's worth it. When we will try to make a test with it, you will see what would happen. Okay, so and after that we put the str empty for the ESP string, so we have to empty all the time the string, and after that we just return the result. Okay, so let me try to go again through this function and give you more details. So what we are going to do within this function, so the first thing is we are checking if we are going to wait or not, and this is this step. After that we are going to send the comment. So if I make this smaller, so the ESP01 will be sending this specific comment and waiting for a reply using this function, the UART message. So we are sending the through the UART3 and using this comment and waiting for the feedback using the ESP manager, which is for this one the UART3. And after that, so if in the response we are receiving we find the check str, so when we will send the comment, when we will do a manual job, we will check what's happening, what kind of response we are getting, and then so it will compare with the check string. So we will see what kind of message this function is giving to us, and we make a check string. So if we receive it, we will see the message, and finally so we will make the result equal to 1. So we'll say this step or this action has been going well. Okay, so actually what we can do, it's even more interesting, is to put this one here for the moment, and putting, if we receive the desired message, we will have a result 1, and we empty our string. Okay, so let's have a first understanding what I'm meaning on this one. So let's go in the system and let's use the, okay, so that's an empty one, and let's check how the system is working right now. So let's say if we do have, okay, we do have a warning. So this is warning coming here from the end. So last line that we didn't input here, this is caused by this comment. So I'm going to ignore this this comments here and start using the function we have been building to check what's happening. So let me first upload. Okay, now I'm not in a bridge mode, so what will happen here is that so here, sorry, I'm in a bridge mode, and what's happening is that the microcontroller, sorry, apologies again, that's not a bridge mode. So here we just have the communication. So if we receive in the UART2, we'll send to UART3 and vice versa. So let's have a check, as we are not a bridge mode, so we are in the timer mode, and let's check what's happening. Save, upload, and we will be using for the moment the adding this termination of /r/n and try to send some message. If I put 80, for example, okay, so when I send 80 to the microcontroller, I should receive an OK. Okay, so what I'll be going to do here, and inputting my function here. Okay, all these functions, quite big function, but a very useful one. So that will be a function that will make every step for us. Okay, so I will put it, so the core ESP function, I'll put it here, add this one. Okay, and let's go and use this function. Hope that it will make sense for you guys when we will start using it. Okay, so let's put it here. Yeah, I know I need to make things. So the first thing, let's go to let's make it here like this. And so we have the AT. Okay, we do have the AT, but so let's put the char AT. Okay, but we have to add /r/n. Okay, and we would like to check, for example, if when after inputting AT I'm receiving OK. Okay, and after that, for the timer I'm using 0. You see, it's quite a quick feedback. I don't need to wait that much time. And for the USB string, this is the UART3. So I just put the UART3 message. That will be the thing that will be fooled each time here. And finally, for the ESP manager, it's the UART3 manager. Okay, that will be the last one, and we should be good. So that's, now we do have the function, but let's see the potential of the function. So if I put here, if the ESP, this one, so I'm removing this one. Okay, and let's check. So if it's connected, it will return 1. So I can have UART send, okay, to 2, say ESP01 connected or detected, so that make more sense, detected. Okay, so that's the message I'll be sending. Okay, and if not, so let's make a better view, like this, and then like this. So else, sorry, else. Okay, so we will take the same message. Okay, not detected. Great. Okay, so let's check what the this function will return now. Let's make it this one small. So let's save, run. Okay, no error, just one warning. Upload. Okay, ESP01 not detected. So what was the issue then? So we are sending this command, but we don't receive anything. Okay, and what you can see, let's check again. Okay, so what's happening is let's clear first, clear here and send it. Okay, you see what's happening? I'm seeing, so this is the response, we put it here. This is what I'm receiving after that. So I'm receiving something, and I do it a little bit on purpose. So if I do this one like this and like this now, let me clean and clear. So if I save and do this one, it's not detected, and we do have an error. So this is not in purpose actually. So let's check what's happening. So I'm not receiving enough data here. Let's check what's the error. 80. So also you see, like, we had error, not okay, so it's not detected. So there's something sent which is wrong in the program. Okay, let's check. So /ir/n, and it's 80. Yeah, that's what we should receive. Let's take a look. So let's see what this is sending. We send the command which is like this. Let's confirm. So we are receiving error, and the function is giving the right feedback. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, now it's detected. You know what's happening? Because last time, the last instruction, we have been sending the wrong one. So when the system have received this /r/r, it worked properly and it could detect it. So that's why I'm adding, so we are going to add this manual input just in case there is an issue and we need a manual debugging to go through. Okay, so we created a very powerful function, so we can use this function to make whatever the command we would like to use. For example, let's go a bit in a different way. So if we would like to use this command now, okay, so let's check. So let me first, before that, so we need to see what the command output to see if it's correct or not. Okay, so let me comment this part. Okay, save, run. Okay, so let me clear here and send this command. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so we do have also okay. So for this function also okay would be working well. So if I go back and I put my command here, this one, so let me clear this, save. Okay, and so here we put it the ESP01 detected, but we can change mode changed or whatever happened. So that's quite good, that's really good. But what we need to do also, or how to say handle, we should also add here one parameter, just one small parameter. So before time is, I will call it it will be a short yeah, I'll call it short show, and this show will be, so if show, then we will see what would be the message, else we don't need. So sometimes we just need to have the program running and we don't want to see what the comment coming from. So let me update this one. Okay, so let me update it here. V, perfect, and add this one. So I come back here and put, so before the 0 I'm putting a 0, so 0 0, so we don't need to wait for the system to show. So that's something, just an option. Okay, that's really good. But what will be really much better or greater is to have all this function here, all this function even with sending kind of comprehensive message to the user, so we don't see only this detail. So we can make all this one within a function, and we have a bit bigger function, but having everything, and we will not need to repeat ourselves, create a special function each time. So what we will do is just copy all this and put it. So this is the core function, and we create the master one. So we call it core command int. So this will be also an int one, and that will be ESP and master command. So this is what we will be creating. Sorry. Okay. And that will be, so we have to add, so same as this one, all these parameters have to be there. Okay, let me put them here. Okay, so we will have all these parameters, so we will update them just a moment. So same, so we have the check command, we have to put everything here. So this is the command. So I hope now that makes more sense for you guys, and you see how powerful this function will be. And the check, that's what we are going to check here, and the show here, and also the int time. Okay, the ESP string will be the one here, and the manager. Okay, good, really good. So now we have, so almost finished. So we need to have two, like actually three parameters. It's getting a bit big, but we need to have like a parameter that we call success. So we will add, before success, let's make also the show parameter if we would like to see if it's happening or not. Okay, so we will check. We also need int result, sorry, see, so int result, okay, equals 0, and okay, something, yeah, here a bit wrong, but I will fix it later on. So if the we have a success here, we will put int will be equal to 1. Okay, okay, and at the end we are going to return the result. Okay, good. So then, so we also have we call unsigned short. This is show message. It's getting a bit long, and the two other functions, so the two other, sorry, string, success and fail. So the first one and the other one. So we call this one success, and this one fail. Okay, and how we are going to use them. So here, instead of putting this, it will be success, success with a 2C. Hope that's correct now. Yeah, and this one will be fail. So we don't have to create a function each time. And what we will add here, if show message, show, what did I call the function again? Sorry, show, yeah, show message. It's, I forget, show message. Let me go and put it here. So if show message, then we will show it here. Control X. Okay, and also same for the failure, so we don't have to waste any further function. Good, so now we do have the whole function ready, and we can take a look on it. So first let's save it here, Okay, yeah, perfect. So we are quite having the final function, and let's give it a try. I'm a bit excited actually, to be honest, and see if it works properly. Okay, so what we do have here, we can use, so as usual we said the AT plus R/N. Okay, and after that we will check the OK, if we do have an OK, and show will be 0. I don't need to see the debugging message from the ESP01, so the time also I don't need to wait, and the ESP manager will be the UART message, sorry, the ESP just a moment, there's okay, yeah, the string here will be the message, the manager will be inside the manager here, and a show message will be 1 for this one, because we need to see, for example, and putting the ESP is connected, is detected, the ESP is detected. Okay, and here that will be detection fail. Okay, failed. Okay, because okay, and it says it's wrong, something not working. Okay, great, that's great. Okay, so let's clean here, clear, and so let's make this more smaller. Actually, I don't need to see this one, I can make it a bit smaller here, and this one bigger. Save, run, check. Okay, we do have a detection failed. What's happening? So let's clear, run it again. Okay, so what's happening here? Let's try to make, no, that's not, let's check. So why that's not working? So that's correct actually. Okay, so we may have to debug a bit. Okay, so let's check it. And this is quite obvious, because it's quite a mistake from my side. And if I see here, I move this one, so this is the command sending, so I need to put this one here. So this is the sending the command, and I don't want to show the output from the UART3. So here we should be fine now. So if I save, sorry, saving first, upload and run. Okay, and the ESP is detected. So we have the functions ready. So if we go here and we try to put quite the check the restore one, because the restore one takes a bit of time of waiting. So let's try to make the restore function, so we don't need any more to check this one. And let's see, so we were going to use a restore function. So let's go here and put restore. So before going to restore this one, let's see what would be the feed output of restore function. Okay, let's save, check here, and we are not using the bridge mode, so we are using the direct communication mode. Let's see what a restore function will make. So let's save and run, clear, and put this function and send. Okay, let's send the function. Okay, so with a 0 we could receive, and that's quite good. So we just put the same thing now. So for the, we have the ready. Yeah, that's the word that will be the one that my check function here. If I put ready, so actually before doing that, to not lose each time what I'm using, because we have been doing so let's keep this one commented, but we will copy later the function, so we will have all the bunch of functions that we need ready for us. Okay, so I'll copy and put in here. So that will be here restore this one, so /r/n, and so we said we will be using the ready, paste. Okay, so I would like to see what's happening, the show. And for the restore function itself, I'm using a bit of time, so I put 3 here just in for safety. And I would like also to see here, so restore successful, and here failed, to see what kind of feedback we do have. And we can keep doing this for most of the function. You see how with only one function we control most of the ESP01. So let's clear here and save, run, and see. Perfect. So we got the ready, but we didn't any other feedback. Okay, you see we have restore failed because we didn't get the message on time. So let's make more. So let's make this one around 100, like around, that's around 1 second. So let's save, clear, save, and doing like this. We will be waiting a bit and then restore successful, because the program have to wait a certain time to wait for it, and we do have a successful restore function. Wonderful. So we do also, we can add this one here. Actually I don't need to do like this, and the restore function is ready. Next, so this one set up a connection as an access point. So let's check what would be the access point mode. So clear. So we have been seeing this one, but let's check it again. We just have to look for OK. So we don't need actually to wait for much time. It's something same as the AT, but let's here put like this, and we are looking for OK as a check message, and we will check here not restore successfully. We will put it's a station mode, set up as a station mode, and station mode failed. Mode failed. Perfect. Okay, let's save and let's see what would happen. So clear, and so we don't need anymore to show what's happening. So that's just a debugging message. So here we need to see, and let's put for 0 because it should be quite fast response. Okay, we do have also the station mode ready. Okay, let's copy, paste. So from now on we are going quite straightforward. So let's do it like this. Okay, so let's check. Then we have to put the scan. Yeah, that's something that takes a bit time. Yeah, that's quite a big function that we have to wait for. And we need to check before that. Yeah, we need to check the function, how much time we expect to have. So if I send here, checking the network. Okay, it takes a bit of time. I think 1100 should be fine, but let's take a look. Okay, so if I put here, I'm putting waiting time of 100, here 3, and here 0. I don't need to see the debug message anymore. Okay, save, clear, and yeah, we need to put some message. For this one we can, yeah, we should wait for OK. Let's go a bit up. So OK should be fine, but let's see again what was the message. Okay, OK should be fine, but in this one we should keep seeing the message, all the list of networks. Okay, network listed, scan failed. Okay, that's clear. Save, build, and upload. See what's happening. Okay, we do have a scan fail, so we didn't wait enough time. Let's put 500 to see how things goes. Of course, guys, feel free to make the testing for the time, but this is just an example purposes. But you see how powerful the waiting strategy can be. Okay, let's check. So we put it 500, maybe it's a bit too much. Yeah, so network listed. So maybe something between 100 and 500. 500 seems to be working. That's more than enough for me. Okay, good. So we do have also the scanning list ready. Okay, let's add here. Great, so it's quite going very fast. So information about the connection. So this is same. So let's check what would be the output. Clear. Okay, status 5. Status 5 means it's communication failed. So as the connection, as the system is not connected, we need to have 2. So we will be looking for status 2. So same one, same like this one, but we say as a status 2. So what we are going to do here, and we will be using later to check if we are connected. So we are going to put this this command here, and we are looking for status 2 instead of OK. Status 2. So here, connected to the network, connected to AP. Here, not connected. That's all. Okay, connected. Okay, let's try and make a check. Clear, save. Okay, so let's now upload. Oh, I forgot the 500. So this one should be very, very straightforward. So I don't need to see, and I think it should be a 0. Okay, so clear, save. Let me put it 1 just to see how much from the message I'm receiving. Okay, I'm receiving the whole message, so that's fine to put it as a 0, and perfect, we do have the status. Okay, so we are going quite straightforward. We're building almost everything here, so that's really great. Okay. We still have, we still have this function. This is a bit tricky one, so we need to make some adjustment, but it's quite interesting that we can do most of the functions here. Okay, so let's copy and put this one here. So we created also the executional function to check if what is my status, and then let's check what is, so enabling multi-connection mode. Check this one. So what we need to do, just the OK. So we don't need to waste more time. So we put here and just the OK. And what we will put, remove the 2, we can put that multi-connection enable it, and the other one multi-connection failed. Okay, multi-connection failed. Perfect. So let's always check to see that the logic is working well. Okay, multi-connection enabled. I don't want to see, I don't want to wait. So the microcontroller is working perfectly. So I can copy and put here. Wonderful. Okay, so after that, yeah, putting the server and this one, the IP information. So for this server we have to be connected to activate the server. So just we are going to use in this. Let's see what will be the result. We are not connected, and let's see what's happening. Okay, we do receive an OK, means the server is open. So let's put it here and check for OK, and HTTP enable it, enable it, and HTTP failed. Okay, let's clear and let's check what's happened. Save. Okay, HTTP enabled. Wonderful. So guys, just for the beauty of the messaging and the communication with the user, I'll be using here, I'll be adding /n for all the communication. So each message when received, we don't have any, I'd say, the user can see a message on a line and not get confused. So just for having a good communication with the user interface. Okay. So we will be using the function later on to create the menu and to have all this used in a very nice way. Okay, that's almost there. Okay, so let's add this one here, 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 and here. Okay, sorry, Control V. Okay, so we could have enabling the server. Okay, great. And the final one, getting the IP address. So getting the IP address is something that will be we need to show. Okay, and let's check what will give us an IP address here. Okay, so OK should be fine to get the IP address, and we don't need to show any message, 0, and we just put an empty string because what we need is to get the IP address. Okay, so, and we need to see this one, so let's clear, save here, and run. Okay, we do have a message error. Of course we do have a message error because we don't need this one. Okay, but we see we have the communication, we understand exactly what's happening. So run. Okay, we do have our IP address. As we are not connected, we do not have any communication, any connection, so we don't have the local IP address, and we do finally had most of the functions. We still need to create the two functions that we have been seeing together first, which are automatic connection using the saved network and password, and also input the network and password. Okay, good. So let's go and create them. So this one I will put it here, cut. So we will be using also this function, so we do not worry too much. So I put it here, and I think this one will be used here. So let's start and create the automatic connection and working to have this wonderful connecting one. So we will use two type of function. One is the automatic, and we don't have to waste a lot of time, and the other one will be something a bit more delicate, where we are going to use the input from the user. Okay, so let's create here. So the automatic connection, so that will be a void. We don't need to get any feedback from it. Actually we can put it as an int to get if we are connected or not. Okay, so what we can do is int ESP network connect. Okay, so what we will need here, so we need the UART char, or the ESP string to communicate. So it's a char actually, char the ESP string to communicate with the to communicate with the ESP01. And of course, each time when we do have the ESP string, we have to get the unsigned, our unsigned short ESP manager, and the two other string, which are char the network and the password. Okay, char password. Okay, and that's a char. Good, that's perfect. So we will start just to see if something is going wrong. Probably I forgot this. Let it go away. Great. So let's check how we will manage this. So first of all, let's create the function itself. This one, the char where we need the network and the password. So char, we call it, we just call it root pass, or let's put it a comment. So ESP comment. Okay. CMD, and that will be something that will have, let's say, 120 char inside it, and that will be equal to starting with. Okay, and we take the end tool here. Okay, as we need to keep this one here, so I need to put a slash, so this program will understand that's a 2 point, not the ending of the one. Okay, and we add the result. Okay, I forgot this one. So we add result equals 0. Okay, so result equals 0, and we can go and check what's happening. Okay, result, yeah, of course I have to declare it int. So now we will use our really nice and convenient concatenate string, and straightforward, really straightforward, going to put this command. So this is what, so adding to this one, the ESP command, I'll be adding the network, if I'm correct. What did I call it? So let's make this one bigger. So the network. So it's immediately going straightforward. Okay, and also after that I will put, so that's all here. Okay, so after this one we have some concatenation to do. We will have to add here after that the part of this one. So we keep adding this one. We need to add this. So we have to make like this, but actually we need to add this and put the slash here and the slash here, so the program will understand here and here. And after that, actually we don't need even space, the program will understanding. Okay, and after adding this we have to add the password. Okay, and last thing is to add the slash like this, and adding also /r/n, which now should be fine. Actually I need to add this one here. So now my all commands are ready. Okay, great. So after we do have this, we let me add int, call it connect. Okay, just to prepare and to take, so equals 0. Okay, so I'm preparing this function connect equals 0 to make all the checks that are going to we have to go through. So the first thing, so if we connect, we should see okay. So what I will go, so connect will be equal plus equal. Okay, and let's bring the function here. So this our big function here, and let's start using all what we learned in doing this one. So the first one that we will be inputting will be this command. Okay, so we will putting the ESP command first. That's what we have there. So the communication will take quite time, so we will need here around, so I'll be showing, I should not show because there would be my password, so I put it as a 0, but I will put if connection worked or not. But here it takes a bit of time, so I'm putting 200 for the first place, and I'll put the string that we will be using for the communication. The manager we are also going to use for the communication, but here I put 1. I would like to see, so connected, and here failed, a connection failed. Okay, wonderful. Okay, good. So let's work on, so this one is number 1, and we are going to see if we connected or not. Okay, so that's done. So let's see what we should add so we can have a nice step. So we will use this one quite often. Okay, and actually better to put, okay, let's put connected, because I think if you followed since the beginning, you will see the message connected when you receive the connection status. So we will put connected as the testing one. So that's the first one. And after that, let's add the other function that we have been looking for so far. So when we connect, we usually would like to enable the multiple connection and also set up the AT server, so it's something that we don't have to repeat each time. So let's do it. So let's go for the ESP server here. Okay, let's take all this function. We can simplify it here and remove all the part that we don't need. So we put this one here, and we put connect equal plus as usual. Okay, so here, so we don't need to see nothing, so here will be same UART and manager, and let's put something here, and I don't need to see anything, and I remove all these strings. I just show nothing, and here neither, so everything is empty. I don't need to see my strings, I don't need to waste memory. So this is the first one. So I need to have the configure multiple connections. So now we open the port, but before opening the port we have to configure multiple connection, and we add this one. Okay, good. So we just put connect plus equal. We're almost there, guys. I know it's quite complicated and overwhelming, but you see it's almost one function that we are going to use, and which is really useful. Okay, so here, done, and I don't need to see nothing here, 0, and here we just don't need to show nothing, so nothing and nothing. Okay, good. So if we do have equal 3, so this one and this one and this one works, so we can say that the connection is ready to work. Okay, so and if connect is equal to 3, so the result will be equal to 1. So result equal 1. Okay, and we return result. Return result. Okay, so now we have the function ready. We are quite ready to start doing it, and I will put in the memory, I will create in the memory in the H file, I will put here, so or I can put here my password. So here we call it same as this one, char. It's a char password, char network. So actually I will define it just for purpose to this will define network, and it will be my network like this, and define password, define password, and it will be also something like this. So apologies guys, but I can't share with you my password and network. I will put them here and I'll set up them so you can see what will be the result. Okay, so I will cut the video for a sec and putting my password and network, and we will run together, see how the function will work. So I will put it first. So let me declare it. Okay, so let me declare the function in the H file. So this one, automatic input. Let me add this, and let's start here. And so now, instead of putting it, so we can remove this one. I think we already copy pasted, and let's put it here. So for the, this is, oh sorry, that's the wrong one. I hope I didn't put, yeah, I put the wrong function here. So I have to put the connection one. So why it's not char network? Oh, this is a network already used. So I put I will put this one with a network and password to avoid any confusion and any issue. It should be now accepted. Yep. And let's copy, put in the H file. So this is declared twice, which is wrong. I put like this. Okay. So, and now let's take it and build it here. Okay, so for the char, the ASP, so that will be as usual UART3 and UART3 manager. So we are going to use this one, both of them. Okay, so the network, I will call it just network, and this one password. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the communication and putting my password here and use it, cut, sorry, the video, put my password, my network and password, and then come back to the video and run it so you can see how the result is coming. Okay guys, let me go back. So let's have it a try and check it. So let's run, see what's happened. Yeah, we put it a bit of time and we had a failed. Maybe it's time, maybe it's something else. So let's check the function. Okay, I would prefer to remove this one first and putting 200 just to see. So let's run. So as usual, clear, put here. Okay, so the connection failed, but they say go to IP, so it means when you get extra message, that means that we are receiving everything right, and the time waiting time is wrong. So let's put 500, same as the network check. Right, clear as it's wait, so that's fine. Let's check. Fantastic, we're connected. So now we do have the manual, the automatic connection, which is really great. So now we can just go and create the last function we need to have. Is the input, the input for the manual input. Okay. So okay, so let's try. So it will be exactly, not exactly, because the input will be coming later on, so we will not have the network. We are not going to have, so let me make this one bigger so we can have a much bigger page. So we are not going to use to input any network or password, but we are going to get them directly from the user. So we will need to get to make as an input the UART for the user and the UART that manage the user, which is UART2 and UART manager 2. Apologies. Okay, good. So let's put, it's almost the same code. Okay, but instead of, okay, I copied it the wrong way. So here, okay, I don't need to put this like this. So if I put like this, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I know. So this is, I will call it the network manual connect. Okay, and instead of the network, it will be the user str, and this one the user manager. Okay, and of course the manager is a different is unsigned short. Okay, so we need to do a bit of so we have to add as usual. So we need this one, but we will need this time for a different string. So the result connect 0, and before going here, so we don't need the network, but we will needing the user. Okay, and this one too. Okay, so as this one is working, connect equals 3, perfect. Then so what we will be using, so let's UART send, no, not UART send, sorry, the UART message actually. So in the UART2, and let's send to the user message. By the way, as usual, we have to add the slash in here to have a beautiful communication with the user. Here, here, and here. So UART asking the user input the network name. Okay, and we were going to input, so using the user manager to control. Okay, good. And so after that we will read the string. We have to make str empty, so empty the string again. Okay, for the user string. Okay, good. So after that, so let me add this one here. After that we add another message to the user. So this should be a slash n. Yeah, and here enter like slash n like this. Okay, good. So we had to input, we build it again, and we come here, the password. Okay, so it will bring it again, and we need to empty the string. So after concatenating, we empty the string, and here we are. We do have the function ready. Okay, let me remove this one. So we do have a ready function, and after that just connect and check. Okay, here for this example, I will not put my password and name, but I put the wrong one, and we will see what's happened instead. Okay, so let's save. Let's copy this one and add it to here. Okay, good. So let me remove this one like this. Okay, save it, and we just comment this one right now and paste the new function. Perfect. Okay, so we don't need to declare it. So this function we do like this, and we input, so UART message like this. We keep same input, and now we change this one, same as using the UART to message. Okay, UART message and UART manager. Great. So now we can check and see what will happen from the STM32F1 perspective. Let's save, build. Okay, no error, no warning. Wonderful. Okay, username, so let's put whatever. Password, it will wait a bit, so I hope I didn't forget to put. Yeah, it will show what's happened. It shows that this is busy, it's error and connection failed. Wonderful. So if I go back to this one, okay, not this one, sorry, not here. If I go here and just comment this and input this, save, let me clear, run. Let's check what happened. Wait a bit, we should receive connected. Yeah, perfect. So we do have now, so if I check here, all our functions beside the manual. So the manual will be the last one where we are going. So now that we do have this, let's show the menu.